Welcome to Coffee and Knives, the channel where I drink coffee and I review, repair, and hunt for cool knives. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the story about how I came across this vintage Frontier 4515 Double Eagle. And we're going to go ahead and clean this thing up. I'll show you guys how it looks when I'm done. But first, let's get into the story about how I came across this. A few weeks back, me and my wife went out to go pick up some macaroons. And next to the bakery there's a small pawn shop. So we went on inside and took a look at the knives. And I came across this old Frontier, and they were asking 20 bucks for it. Now it's a little beat up. It is 40 years old, and the blade had pretty significant chips out of it, and you can tell it's already been whittled down quite a bit. But I already did file down the blade, kind of put a new edge on it. I do need to invest in a better knife sharpener, but for now it's pretty sharp, and this isn't really going to be like an everyday carry knife. It's just more something that's going to be put into my collection. But I ended up I got down to 15 bucks for it. And as soon as I got home, I hopped on YouTube, and the first video I watched was The Knife Doctor. Now, if you're watching this, maybe you're familiar with The Knife Doctor, but he repairs and collects old knives. So that very same day that I bought this knife, I went home, put on his video, and he actually had 2 of these Frontier Double Eagles in that video. And in my head, when I was at the pawn shop, I was thinking about maybe sending this to him, because I've been wanting to send him an old cool knife that he could repair for quite a while now. So, but after seeing the video and seeing that he had 2 of them, which were in much nicer shape than this one, I figured I'd go ahead and start a channel and clean this knife up myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up and see how she looks. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do here is scrape out this inside here. It's full of rust. I'm just gonna take a little dental pick. I'm gonna scrape it all out, get it nice and cleaned up. Might have to get a wire wheel in there, but get all that gunk out of there. You see that? I'm just taking some 600 grit here. Just trying to run it down in here, clean it up. All right, it's actually looking pretty good down there. So I think now I'm gonna go ahead and actually just take some Neverdol. I'm gonna see if I can get the Neverdol down in there. I'm also gonna see if I can get this discoloration off the blade here. This blade does have a slight bend in it, and I did try to heat it up and try to straighten it out, but did not have any luck with that. If you guys have any tips for me as how to straighten that blade out, or do you think I should just live with it? Like I said, it's not gonna really be an everyday carry knife, and it's not terribly bad, but let's go ahead and grab some Neverdol, and we'll see what we can do with that. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that on there, and I would love if somebody in the comments could actually tell me what logo this is, because it actually says Maintenance Safety Achievement 1981. And these Frontier Double Eagles were produced from 1979 to 1986. So this is a pretty early one with that 1981 on there. But if anybody knows what that logo is, what company, I would love to know in the comments. But I don't know if you can see that very well. Maintenance Safety Achievement 1981. Pretty cool. It's looking better already. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna keep working on this thing. As you can see, it's starting to shine up already. And once I have it all finished up, I'm gonna come back and I'll show you guys how she looks when she's done. All right, guys, check that out. Now, as you can see, the blade is pretty scratched up. I'm not gonna go ahead and try to sand all that down, make it all super smooth and shiny and beautiful. But to me, it's an old 40-year-old knife. It's shined up. It's still got some beat up, used marks on it, but I love it. But man, look at that. It's cleaned up real nice. Blade's actually pretty shiny. You still can't really see that the verbiage on there, the maintenance safety achievement, but that's all right. We got all that dinginess off there, super shined up. As you can hear, this is a 4515 Imperial Stainless USA. Look at that nice wood. Man, she sure is beautiful. I mean, I know she's beat up, and you know, I could sit and sand all this brass down, sand the wood down, and really smooth this thing all out, but honestly, I really like the character that this knife has. You know, it's been used. I'd like to know if the guy who got this back in 1981, was he the one who brought it to the pawn shop, you know? Just a really cool knife, cool story, and yeah, I love it. So that's it, guys. That's the 1981 Frontier Double Eagle, all cleaned up. Here's a 2023 Buck 110, just to compare it size-wise. So it is a pretty small little knife. Camera around, I'm gonna clean up my Buck 110 as well, and I'll tell you what's coming in the next video. One other thing I'm gonna do on here is I'm gonna put a little drop of oil in here, and I missed a little bit of crud right here, so scrape that out. And I'm just gonna put a tiny drop of Rem oil in here. Oh yeah, super smooth. Love it, guys. All right, let's go ahead and just shine up my Buck 110 since we got it out. We'll just hit it with some Neverdol. Just give it a quick refresh. This is a 2023 Buck 110. So it's very new. But man, I love this knife, man. And the pawn shop that I actually bought this Frontier Double Eagle at had a really cool, man, I want to say it was like 150th anniversary edition Buck 110. That was very beautiful, but it was a little bit more than I wanted to spend that day, so I went with the $15 knife. But love this knife. Let's get the brass cleaned up on it, keep it shining, and we'll go ahead and talk about what's coming up in the next video. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Well, there you have it, guys. My 2023 Buck 110, all shined up, polished up, beautiful knife. Love this thing. And here we have our 1981 Frontier Double Eagle, all shined up. Love it. Love that it's beat up. I love that it's used. But man, super cool knife, super cool find. Love it. And we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. In the next video, I'll be cleaning up my very first ever pocket knife. This is an official Boy Scouts Camillus camp knife. I did scrape off the Boy Scout logo when I was a kid. Maybe we'll get into that story when I go ahead and clean this thing up, but pretty cool knife, and you're not gonna wanna miss it. So hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, and see you guys next time.